He literally waited to see if I can stop it or discard or something like that. Yeah, he waited for you to respond. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Cheating in Modern. Hey, yo, hello. What is going on here? Why are we cheating? Mitsu Mirror, huh? Huge. Ulti Slayer, so probably pure Mitsu. Is that pure Mitsu Mirror? Does Futsu can activate after Habakiri effect? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? If your opponent special summons a monster, you can target a reptile. Of course. Why wouldn't it be able to? Like, give me one good reason. So my opponent special Kusanagi with prayers didn't activate the Kusanagi trigger on summon. I was waiting for him to trigger. He declared Habakiri effect same time as I declare my Futsu trigger. Oh, I see what's happening here. So blue didn't ask the correct question. I love those. Yeah, my favorite judge calls of all time are specifically when one player joins. When I join and one player says, hey, can this thing happen? Not asking at all what happened in the duel. Added the Habakiri. Oh, because he resolved prayers and did both effects. Sent the prayers to grave, and then they both declared Futsu and Habakiri. It is very clear they were attempting to use Futsu on summon of your Kusanagi. I will allow Futsu BCL1 before you get to use the Habakiri in your hand. Simple enough. Hello, I declared end battle phase. He used effect Snatchy in order to summon Cupsy Way. Can I attack now? No. The end of the battle phase is a separate step. Well, the end step of the battle phase is a separate step from the battle step, the step in which you can declare attacks. If you enter end step, you cannot go back to the battle step, which is interesting because this is different than like end of main or whatever. And a lot of players actually don't know this. So the thing that you need to know about specifically this, I'm forced to go main 2? Yes. Unless you wish to do more during the end step of the BP. So the battle phase has like a mini standby phase and a mini end phase, if that makes sense. When you enter battle phase, the start step of the battle phase is like a mini standby phase where both players can activate stuff before entering battle step, which is why when your opponent enters battle, you can do stuff at the start of the battle phase before they declare attacks, versus when your opponent enters main phase, you don't have an opportunity to do anything in the main phase because the main phase does not have a start step. You just enter an open game state in the main phase. And same thing with the end step of the battle phase. In the end step of the battle phase, it's kind of like if you moved from main 2 to end phase, and your opponent does something in your end phase, you don't get to go back to main phase 2. You're in the end step of the battle phase. You cannot move back from the end step of the battle phase to the battle step. I think a lot of people understand it. I think a lot of people wouldn't be able to explain it as I just did. I think a lot of people have like a flawed understanding of how it operates. So you could use Threatening Roar at start of battle phase to stop them attacking. Yes, yeah. When you enter start of battle phase, both players have, it's exactly like in standby phase, both players have the opportunity to use any quick effects or anything like that. Effects that activate at the start of the battle phase activate during the start step. And then once both players agree to move on from start step to battle phase, well, to battle step, then that's when you move from that step to the next one. Oh my god, he's got the man. None of these cards can be destroyed by card effects because of this, right? Oh, are they asking if he chains to the activation of Treasures of the King? My opponent activates Treasures of the King and I chain fall into it. Is it considered Temple of the Kings yet? It is not considered Temple of the Kings until its chain link has resolved. I knew it, man. Bro's got a writing degree, but for Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, a big thing is that I dislike writing. When I write about, I dislike writing when it's something that I don't know about. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Have a nice day. I don't like having to like write essays or anything like that in school because you have to do research and then write about a thing you know nothing about and like learn as you go. And so you're like kind of dropping information that you just now figured out, versus writing those documents is actually really cool because it's something that I know well. So I know exactly what it is I need to put in here. Remember last time when I ran a tournament where we banned a ton of cards? Well, this time around, we did something a little bit different. I am running a Genesis Madness tournament. Now, Coder, where does the madness part come in? The madness part comes into the fact that my chat reduced the points on a ton of cards. Max C is 17 points. Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity are completely free. going to be able to be played at 3 copies in every deck. It's kind of insane. If you're interested in participating in the tournament or want to check the points list for yourself, join my Discord and check the announcements channel. There you'll be able to find all of the information. However, if you're interested in watching the tournament, make sure you navigate over to my Medify page with the link in the description, where you guys will be able to book a seat in order to watch the tournament. Or hey, even if you're participating in the tournament, you probably want to watch the stream as well. So if you guys are interested in participating or watching, make sure you go check out the Medify page, book your seat for the tournament, and let's have a grand old time. And with that being said, let's get back into the video. High issue. What's going on here? My opponent negated my Count Surveyor while it was a Pendulum. I summoned it from the pen zone. Is it still negated or is it counted as a new card? It is no longer negated because it went from being a spell trap to a monster. It is no longer negated. Yeah. Yeah, when cards go from Pendulum Zone to Monster Zone, things like that, they are considered a new card. Yeah. Yo, Pendulum Rulings, Pog. Pend Rulings, Pog. Even if it says that face-up card, yes, because it is no longer the same card. It's no longer the same card after it changes card type when going from Spell Trap Zone to the Monster Zone. Similarly to, like, if you Raigeki break Centurion monster that is treated as a trap and they chain to summon it becomes trap to monster, it wouldn't be destroyed. That's odd. If I activate an effect like Hot Red that negates face-up card or 100% expected to remain negated, classic Konami said so. Yeah, very true. Very true. But yeah, if you activate a card that says like pop a card on the board, or even if it's Trident, right? If you Trident a Centurion monster, the Centurion monster isn't a monster, it's a trap card. Well, it's not a trap card. It's a trap, not a trap card. It's a monster card, but it's a trap. So you activate like Trident to pop the Centurion, and then they chain their Centurion to summon itself. Even though you would assume it's still treated as the same card, the Trident will lose its target. Interesting little bit of knowledge to know. High issue. We got Cool Tune versus Cyberdark Cyber Dragons. Cool Tune. Cool Tune. My opponent liked the Hers effect. He liked it. Good effect. Hers has a good Yu-Gi-Oh card effect. Good effect, Hers. He can activate War F in Res. On Res? No, this is Chains, right? Yeah, it's a quick effect. It chains. Yeah, because Loudness War copies the effect of a thing in Grave. Declared effect of Cyber Dragon Hers. 10 seconds later, opponent said K. Added Cyber Dragon from deck to hand. Then opponent says Think and attempts to use Loudness War. So I wrote Think and then hit OK and responded with Loud to his effect. But on end, it lagged. But if you look at the log, it's not that far off time. Declared effect of Hers at 9:33. At 9:43, you said K. That's a whole 10 seconds. I will not allow Loudness War be chained to the Hers F. Like, that's a whole ass 10 seconds. After he declared the effect, you said K. Like, what? What are we doing? Why is the war loud? So I get cucked by lag. I mean, lag or not, you said K. Why would you say K if you were still thinking? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like, you would never type K. I said okay to the effect, not to response. That doesn't make sense. You do not need to okay the activation of a card and then also okay its resolution. You have no agency on whether a card F is activated. You do not need to okay that. Like, come on, man. What is this flawed ass logic? What is this flawed ass logic? That's like the people that hit me with the I okayed the effect but not the resolution. I hate when they say this. If you insist, continue. Have a nice day. It's not a question of insisting, man. Hey, Judge, I would, to ask you nicely, just one simple thing. My opponent is stalling, cheating, sharking. This is not duel. This is a... You trolling or something? Like, what are we looking at, man? What's the purpose of this? He keeps game hostage. And you couldn't say that without this goofy message? Couldn't say that without this goofy message, bro. I'm gonna be so real with you. Activated Just Desserts, activated Secret Barrel, activated Ojama Trio. And then he says, easy noob surrender. Red says, you cuck lucky bitch. Blue says, I don't care, surrender and cry alone. And then red is just stalling the duel. He is just stalling. He is very much just stalling. You have lost the duel. Why have you not surrendered? Why have you not surrendered, duelist? Like, he lost the duel. I mean, because he did Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3, and then this kills him. So he has lost the duel. The person who called the judge was blue player. He waited me to take damage, and after all activated, basically it is separated. Well, no, they have to wait for you to respond. They need to wait for your responses. This is a 2-player game. They cannot chain another effect until you okay the first. Please shut the fuck up, bro. Please be quiet. This guy's saying ... Again, I ask, why did you not surrender? Why did you not surrender? I'm probably hitting this Goat Pro guy with stalling. You have intentionally stalled the duel when you lost. I will be freezing for intentional stalling. I'm going to freeze him for intentional stalling. Okay, he is going to take a freeze. He is going to take a freezy pop. So this guy's taking a freeze, which I just did. And then this guy, you'll be given a UC minor warning. Be nice to your opponents. He literally waited to see if I can stop it or discard or something like that. Yeah, he waited for you to respond. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Have a nice day, and I'm issuing this guy a loss. Boom, issue this guy the loss. 3 win rate already today. I suggest you be nice. Another warning is a freeze. If I have to fucking come back and tell you to not be an asshole again, I will freeze your account. Why? Because I have warned you and told you to be nice. If you don't comply, I freeze. Just don't be an ass. Just don't be an ass. If they stall, call a judge. Keep your mean words to yourself. Keep your mean words to yourself. Keep being silent? Yeah. There's no reason to say mean words, ever. There is no reason to.